Gentlemen, welcome back to my channel, guys. Before we start, just make sure to join the community by sharing this video, by liking this video, and also the most important part, guys, I beg you, support me by subscribing to this channel, guys. So, let me introduce today's video. Okay, so today's video, as you can see, first of all, compared to the previous video, I just made some modification, like simple modification. I just extend the wall from the first floor to the last floor. Our last floor is 7th floor. So let me just go on south elevation. So I'm gonna explain. So I didn't divide this floor into two because my house should be two-story building, right? But instead of let me go on third view, instead of adding the floors, like copy all of the elements, like you know how to do, right? If you select all of the elements, and then we go on filter, and then you can select whatever element that you wanna copy, and then after that, so let me just say okay, and then after that, if you go and copy, if you go and copy to the clipboard, you can paste it to any flow that you want. If you go and align to the select level, all right, you can align all of these. You can align all of the elements that you selected before to any flows, right? But if you do this, so I don't want to do it. So if you do it, so you can have second floor, third floor, any floor that you want, any story that you want. But we're gonna see at the end, we're gonna have a line which separates all of those flows. I don't like how those lines look like, right? So that's why I usually just extend the flow from the first to the second, from the first story to the second story. And my first story starts from let me go on south elevation again. My first story starts from 0 to level 2, and my second story starts from the level 2 to level 7 or 3. So I can delete one of these. Later, I just add this level 7 because I need to add, later on, I need to add the roof of different inclination, right? So we're gonna have a little, like different edges on top of the roof. So it's gonna require other floor, like an external floor level, which is gonna be more important for the roof. Okay, so if I go back on my third view, and I just want to modify the type of the door. So let's see which type of door that I was using. So I'm using right now, you can see I'm using basic, let me go here, let me select the door. So I'm using double glass door, and you can see for the window, I'm using the window fix tracer. And if I click on it, just to see how it looks like, you can just go in here, and this is my window that I'm using, right? So this is the preview for my door, and this preview for my window. Okay, so this is just a small modification that I did, but it's not that I explained all of this process in the previous video, so I don't want to repeat it over and over. But okay, so I don't want to change any, so I'm gonna just close the preview. Okay, so now what next? Okay, so since this should be two-story building, so I need to add my roof. I already added the roof on this balcony here, so I need also to create another balcony here, and it should be more straight. It's gonna be more tricky because it will include an external roof inside this wall. Like, I'm gonna show you how to do it, and also I need also to protect people when it's raining, so the people should have at least a shade here. So I need to design my roof from this part to this part, and then I need also to add a column which supports the roof. Okay, so guys, if you need any explanation about structure design, if you need to customize any type of house, if you need any explanation about AutoCAD, just hit me up. I'm gonna leave my email in the description of this channel. I usually leave it there. So don't be shy, and you can reach out to us. Okay, so guys, let's start the video. So I just create a floor. If I go on second floor, I just create my floor here like normal floor, like I just design using I was using the line, like let me just click on it. let me edit boundary. We can see, right? I just draw a flow, normal flow, using the line tool. Just design like as usual, the same process that I usually do. All right, and then my target here is to create a roof here, right? And my roof should be a little bit inclined, so I can take 30 degree. I can take which kind of angle is much better? 35. Okay, then just click on OK. So then I'm going 3D view. So I told you that my first story ends at the second level, right? So that's why I'm navigating under the second level. Okay, so yeah, so this is my roof. This is my floor, right? So I need to design a roof. So to design a roof here, it's gonna be this flow. I designed this flow just to help me to maintain the stability of my roof, right? And also to get the track on my roof. So I wanna know where I can put the inclination slope of my roof, and where I should put a straight roof. Okay, so this is my flow again. So as I said, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go on architecture, and under architecture, I'm gonna go on roof. I'm gonna go on roof here. You just click on roof, and from here, I'm gonna just use a contour line. I'm gonna go on line. But I'm gonna start first of all. I'm gonna start from here because I need to separate my roof into two. Because if let's say if I create a roof, let's just say if I create a roof here, I'm gonna show something. If I create a roof here, following the line of my floor, let's just do this. It should be a second floor. Okay. The let's go here, 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 and here. Okay, so it should be second floor. I should be level 2, right? Then if I click, let's say if I click on OK, so everything's perfect, right? So if I go on 3D view, everything's perfect. Everything's perfect, right? So if I change my design, if I change the type of the roof to the type that I modified before, let's say let me look for the modify name, modify. Now duplicate it. So if I go in here, you must say, right, our roof is flat, right? So this is not the case. I don't want my roof to be flat at all, because if it's raining, it's gonna add more forces on this floor, and then it's gonna collapse, obviously, right? So what I'm gonna do, so because I combine this roof into one, all right? So I just combine all of them in one. So if you wanna modify the edge, the slope of this roof, it's gonna be more tricky, more complicated. So let me just click on it. Okay, I'm gonna show you what I'm saying. All right, so I'm gonna click on it, and then if you're going to edit footprint, and then let's say I want this one to incline in order for me to filter the water. So if I click here and then define the slope, let me check the degrees, 30 degree, and if I repeat the same for this other surface here, and then click on define slope, and then click on OK. My slope gonna, you see, it's gonna be more challenging for me too. All right, it's gonna be more like, so it's kinda the floor and the roof become ugly. You see, you can see what I'm saying, right? And if I wanna delete the floor, yeah, it's much better. You know what I'm saying, right? It's kind of much better. But if you need to keep the floor, here, so if you need to keep the flow, you don't need to add any other flow here. So you can just add one flow to this part, but you don't need to add the flow to this other part here. So you can just select the roof to be attached to this part, and also to this other part. But if you want to maintain your flow from this side to this other side, so you have to separate this roof into two. So you design this one flat, and then this one you design it separately, like with the slope of 30 degree. Okay, So this is how you can design your roof. And it's not over yet. I need to support my roof because I didn't put any, I didn't support my roof with columns because I didn't put any floor, I delete my floor, okay? So I need to put one column here. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just zoom a little bit. So at least my column should support my roof. So what I'm gonna do here, um, I will change, I think this roof was, the thickness is too big for this roof. I need to maintain the total strength of my house to be at least small to avoid any cracks and heavy design. Like here, the previous one that I did, I can just go in here and then I can modify this one to modify duplicate roof. Okay, and I can delete this part. Let me just do this, duplicate roof. Okay, this is much more clear. Yeah, so this is how you can create a roof, but it's not over yet. We need to make this roof to be supported at least by two beams or one beam. They say if you put one column here, beam columns, and another beam column here, our roof gonna be more stable. All right, all right. But what I usually do, all right, just make I need I need to avoid the water stagnation when it's raining on the roof, right? So you have to make sure about the fan's slope functions really more important when you're designing the roof, right? So let me just show you. This is my line that I did. So you can see the first line, there's no defined slope. If I go, I'm going to pick all of the lines you see. Let me just zoom for you. You see there's no slope. There's no defined slope. Even this one, just click outside. You see, but this one I put 30 degree because I don't need the water to stay at this area here should be dropped down from here, from this area. And if I go on this part also, and here this part should have a defined slope. So the most important area here to prevent the stagnation of water is this area here, this one here, right? And also sometimes this, but if this is straight, it can the water can be dropped down from this area here, and you can see this roof and this roof, they're attached, right? So if I click on OK, yeah, if I click on OK, you might see, right, there's higher chances the water to not stagnate somewhere here, and it's kind of more very important for the stability of this roof. So it's really important. The front slope of your roof is really important. So we didn't finish yet. We still have many stuff to do. We have many functions to do. Here, as I said, I'm gonna put one beam, and here also gonna put another beam, right? But before that, let's just put the window first. Let's just put the window on our building. So okay, so let's just go on window, architecture, and under architecture let's find windows, make it alive. Which kind of window is this? I can modify any type of, I can modify from any type. Here I need to put one window at least here, and also let's see which way should I put in the window just to make it more nice. Okay, I'm gonna put them at the same line. So let me just put it. Let me put it here. Let me put it here. And let me see the dimension. Which dimension is better? I can move this one. I can move this one a little bit eccentricity, like a little bit to the center, and should be aligned for the same area. All right. So this first window, and also before I use the beam here, I'm gonna show how to do the beam. I need also to change the color of this. I need at least the wall to have the same color. Let's see how it's gonna look like. So my first wall name is generic 200 millimeter power 4 wall. All right, and I need this. I need this other. I need this wall. If I press Control and then click on this wall, and also this wall, and also this one, this one, this one. So let's just transform this wall to the generic wall. I need them to have the same color. But if I do this, oh yeah, it's much more better. I think so. It's much more better. Yeah, sorry. I think let me just rotate and see what's gonna have here. Let's rotate it orbit. Let's repeat the same process for this wall also. Let's make it generic, and let's go back to where we are. Okay, all right. And I think the window kind of little like small. Window the kind of small though. Okay, let me modify only these two windows. So let me just go on window. I'm gonna keep the same type, but the width and also the height should be modified. Let me duplicate it. Let me say window duplicate, and then okay. For the width, I'm gonna take, let's say 12,000. I mean 1,000, 1.2, okay. And then here for the height, okay, let me just take here 1.3 for the width, and for the height, let me just increase with 200. Let's just take 1.8. And then for the transom here heights, I can also increase it from 300 to 500. And then from the rough heights, this should be the same. This increases from 200, and here for 200. Okay. And for the fire ranking, I don't want to modify anything here, so I'm gonna just keep the way it is. I'm gonna press OK, and then let's see how it's gonna look like. It's more big. It's really big. The height is really big. It shouldn't be like this. So the height is extreme. I want to make it big, but not this big. So I'm gonna repeat the same process. So I just created some windows just for the so having fresh air. But I just figured out one thing that I can modify in here. What if we just extend? What I was thinking about is, what if we extend this balcony to this other part here? So we're gonna have a free space. So what I mean is, so let's just open this floor, and then let's go and edit boundaries, and then here we can delete this straight line. Then we can add a little bit space on it. Let's say we can add 1 point. We need space. 1.8 here, 1.8, and here. Let me just join it to this part. It's not joined though. Let me see. No, it's not. So let me delete this part, and then pick line here and endpoint, and reach that endpoint. So what I want here, I just need to have a space here. We're gonna see how it's gonna be more. So our points as an engineer, as an architect, is to make a design to look more presentable, like more nice, right? So this is our point. So yeah, now we have it. Okay. So if we have it, what I'm gonna do, I can just I can delete these railings here. I can delete the railings. And then extend this as well. I'm gonna extend this part just a little bit. Just extend it with the same process that I did. So then pick this endpoint straight line until 2.2, until 2.2. Let's do this first. It should be a little bit like this, right? So we just need to extend our balcony from this point to this area here. And this the main entrance should also have a little bit protection against thieves and many dangers, right? So let me just use the from now on I'm gonna use the railings, but you can customize your own railings. So let me just go on under architecture, then pick the railings, then pick line. Let me just first of all I'm gonna just put from this side, from this junction here to this. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna modify it later, and then let's just go from here to here, and then from here to here. Okay, so our point is just to create nice space, free space for people that can have a lunch, can organize some party, small party, a meetup, So as an engineer, you have to think about all of those circumstances. Okay, so let's see if we can pick a good type of railings. Let's just click on these railings here, edit type. No, I don't want to edit because I didn't customize anything yet, but I can just go on railings and then see if we can use glass panel. Nope. 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 I think this is much better. Yeah, this is much better. So people that have many free space, if you wanna look at this area, you can just take a chair, sit here, and then look at this area. And if you wanna check people from this, if you wanna check some events from this side, you can just sit here and then check. So there's no any limitation, right? If you wanna talk to someone on this balcony, you can just sit here and then talk. Oh, X, give me, give me my stuff. Okay. All right. So. The most important element that remains here is just the columns to support this roof, and we can find the columns from. Okay, first of all, if you go on insert, we go on load family, and under if you go here, you might look for the beam or columns. You can just go on structural columns here, just double click on it, and then we have wood. Can we use wood? It depends. Like if let's just say first of all which kind of type they have. They have a team. They have which one should I take? Western spices, southern pine. Dimensional lumber columns. No, here there's no other option that I want to pick. There's no any option that I'm gonna pick. But for the light gauge still, we have much more options. We have but they're kind of thin. But we can modify the thickness of it. So let's just go back and let's go on concrete. Let's see if we can find a simpler one like this one. We can find the concrete rectangular column with drop cap. Or we can just customize. I actually like customize my stuff, but let's just use the concrete rectangular columns with drop cap. Let's take a big one, big top shape, and then let's go on architecture. Let's go on components here. bench. Okay, so let me just do this first. Just go on column here and then just click on column. Let me see. Okay, let's see if we can place it. So this we know that this is the second floor, right? So if you go on the first floor, let's just go on the first level. Let me just open the first level. If I open the first level, and okay, something wrong here. I'm gonna just let me just fix these parts. It should be straight. It should be straight like this. Okay, don't make any mistake. Okay, so this is my first floor. So I need my columns. Let me just close the second floor. Let me close the fifth floor. Let me close the seventh floor. All of this we don't need. So we need the columns to be at this junction, but I can just move it. Let me just create it. Let me go on the first floor. And under architecture, you might find column option. And then the type that we're gonna use 12 times 8, yeah, 18. And then we can place it, let's see, since it's columns, so this might be more. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me just place it first and then we'll know. So from the first clip starts from the first level, and then the second clip should end to the bullshit. No, go to the second level. All right, and I can just put it. Let's go on 3D view. It should be here, the first level. So close to the wind, close to the door. But the floor, it should be here. It should be this line here. Uh, to place a column here, it's gonna be a little bit. Let's just put it until this columns the other one first. Let me just see what's wrong with this column. Let me just take normal columns first and see universal columns. Let's go on top, connect. Okay. So I don't want to make this video longer, so I need to customize my column because I'm not satisfied with the column given. So in the next video, which comes very, very soon, just make sure to join the community by sharing this video, by liking this video, and also by subscribing to the channel, right? So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to customize your own columns and how to place it properly. So guys, don't forget to support me by hit on me if you need any customized house, any type of house, if you need any explanation about your homework, your exam, about structure analysis or structure construction, any type of about construction, just let me know. Okay guys, see you in the next one. Have a good day.